Hey guys, so this video is about ambitious people and professionals and whoever wants to achieve anything in life, just in general. The way we talk to ourselves is very important. The things that we tell ourselves are very important. And so when we want to achieve important goals, we have to make sure that the things that we tell ourselves are positive. I want to bring to light three statements that were absolutely negative and that I've heard a lot of the times from a lot of people. Now, you might say that, okay, those statements are negative, but who cares? It's not that they are true. We understand how we are, we understand what we want. Once in a while, everybody is allowed to be negative. But being self critical is absolutely important. I would say it's necessary, but being negative is not. And so I just want to narrow it down. I want to make a really, really short video this time, and I want to just narrow down three things that I want professionals such as me and you to never talk, to never say to ourselves, mental dialogues that we must never have. Number one, I'm too young for this. Now, whether you want to be an astrologer, whether you want to be an astronomer, whether you want to be a quantum physicist, whether you want to be a tarot card reader, whether you want to be a psychic, whether you want to be a psychotherapist, or whether you want to be a CA, a CPA, a lawyer, a CFA, or whoever else you want to be, whether you want to be an entrepreneur and have your own firm up and running, or whether you just want to be into real estate, whatever it is that you want to do in life, never ever say I am too young for this. Don't say that. In my experience as an auditor over the last 6.5 to 7 years, including my internships, I've witnessed a lot of industries, especially startups, tech startups, and a lot of other industries, where if you meet the vice president and the CEO and the CFO, who have wonderful ideas and who are the entire backbone of the firm, you would find out that the age is like 28, 27. Most of the time, they're not even married, and half of them are females. And you would look at them and they're like, this, she is the VP? Oh my God, I was picturing a 45, 50-year-old man or a woman. Look at her. She doesn't even know how to carry herself. And then you get into a meeting with her, you discuss ideas, and you realize what kind of an interesting person she is, how many insights she has. She probably has insights better than a person with 40 to 50 years of experience. It doesn't matter how young you are. In fact, the opposite is true. The younger you are, the more unbiased, the more unprejudiced, the more open, the more fertile your mind is. Even if you want to get into paranormal stuff, if you want to get into exorcism, if you want to study ghosts, if you want to study, I don't know, evil spirits or be a psychic, I'm not even talking about academics anymore. Do that when you are young. Don't wait to turn 35, 40. If you want to get into meditation, be a spiritual person, don't say, oh, I'm too young for that. The younger you are, the better your chances are, at it. If you want to start investing, don't say, oh, I need to be a certain age and save up a certain money. The younger you are, the more you're going to learn from your mistakes. And the more time you're going to have to improve them. If you really want to get into it, don't give yourself the excuse that you're too young for it. There's no such thing called too young for it. The younger you are, a much better position you are in, you know? So that's a fatal statement. That's a fatal one. Never say you're too young for it. The second statement, which is a deal breaker for me, I hear this all the time. Don't say to yourself, I'm too old for it. Like I said, there's no timeline to do the things that you want. Again, I know a lot of people who are 65, 70, 75, and that's when they realize they have to do something new and that they had been wasting their entire life. But with years of experience, just observing and watching and being that old, they turn it to their advantage, and within a year or so, they are able to do something miraculous, and then they spend at least the next 20 years or 15 years or whatever is remaining of their life to their fullest advantage, and they make difference in the lives of people. So don't you dare say that I'm too old for it. Especially if you are, I don't know, 40, 50, or 60. You are not old. People older than you have done wonders in the world. And the third and the last fatal statement is, I lack the experience. So I'm not sure. I just don't have the experience. Experience is gained, you know, when you go for it. Experience is something that you create, it's not something that you get. So you have to go get it, especially when you want it that bad. And number four, I'm adding one more because it just occurred to me. A lot of people say, I don't want to go for this job, or I don't want to go for this career. I love this job, it's a dream job. I'm definitely sure that it's going to make me a busier person, and I'm sure that I'm going to get a lot, but they're not paying me well. And I'm in it for the money. Never say that, especially when your options are limited. If you have two choices, choice one and choice two. Choice one is paying you lesser and choice two is paying you more. You can probably say that choice two is better. But when you don't have any choice at all and the only other choice is to work. Because not doing anything is better than doing something. In the United States, I have seen something called reverse internships, reverse finance internships. What happens is graduates and students who are just out of college, they actually pay organizations to be an intern there. It's not the other way around. The organizations are not paying them, they are paying the organizations. And a lot of people are participating in it. And when we ask them, why do you think that's a wise move? You know what most of them say? They say, first of all, we're getting networking opportunities. Second of all, we're getting experience. And this experience is definitely worth paying for. It's not like they're asking us $1 million. They're only asking for $10 an hour. Totally worth it. So if we can pay for subjects, if we can pay for teachers to teach us, if we can pay to colleges and universities to get our degree, then what we are getting in corporate organizations is way more valuable than what we can get inside a university from a teacher. And so if we can pay a teacher, we can definitely pay a corporate organization. That's their take. So you don't have to think in terms of you're getting very less, because there are people out there in the world who are paying organizations to work for them, not getting money from organizations. Okay, you have to decide. You're not in there for the money, especially if you are not struggling financially. If you're struggling financially, trying to make ends meet for your family, probably you're the only breadwinner, you definitely have to take into account financial matters. But if you're doing it for fun, if you're doing it to be more productive, if you're doing it because you like the job, stop saying, I can't do it because they are paying me less, unless you have a second option where that job pays you more. When you're out of options, and when you have to choose between working and not working, choose work. So these are my 4 tips for ambitious people out there. And this is only going to make you more mentally headstrong. And I'd now start saying, please subscribe to my channel.